Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Josh. Welcome to Heat Check, what is normally our look at the last 2 weeks of the highest vintage t-shirt sales. We're going to switch it up just a little bit today. We're going to look at the last 2 weeks at the highest sweatshirt sales since we're in the fall. So let's dig right in. So yes, we're going to pivot just a little bit and look at some sweatshirts slash sweaters. We don't normally do that, but since it's fall, it's getting chilly. I'm getting cold even out here in my office. Figured it would be fun. Plus, we had a couple of you viewers suggest it, so I think it's a great idea. So let's go ahead and dig into it. Do know that it's not quite the same as t-shirts and vintage Levi's. These are a little bit lower prices. Obviously, t-shirts are much more popular right now, but still should be informational nonetheless. All right, coming in at number 10, we have this Columbia, Harvard, Princeton. Really just Columbia because that's what's actually on the sweater here. But this is a knit hockey sweater, so it's supposed to look like a hockey jersey, and it probably resembles some of the older hockey jerseys in the first place, but still qualifies as a sweater. This is like some sort of Ivy League collection, the Staldines, something like that. Columbia hockey, super dope. I think it looks super cool. Definitely a cool piece, especially if you're from Columbia, Chicago, or anything like in that area. Super cool. Anyway, this one sold for $200. Plus shipping out of Huntsville, Alabama. This one's super sick. Then at number 9, we have this Iron Maiden Power Slave Tour sweatshirt, not a reprint. Want to make sure you know that. Not a lot going on this piece. It's pretty plain, except for the fact that it has a little logo right there. So that's pretty crazy. It's Iron Maiden. It's pretty dope. It's super cool. But it is pretty surprising to see it go for as much as it did. Is sort of subtle as it is. This one sold for $225. Definitely a great band and a great little logo. Rare piece here too. So they did get free shipping, but $225 is the price. All right, now at number 8, we're going to see a lot of this theme here with the 1980s and Champion reverse weave. This sweatshirt hoodie from Ohio State is the first one we're going to see. It does not have, you can tell it does not have the drawstrings, but that's not that big a deal. It is a vintage reverse weave, and you know Champion vintage reverse weaves are all the rage. Here you can see the tag. Super cool. I mean, this is a great little piece. I mean, if you are Ohio State fan, this is a grail piece here. So super cool. This one comes in at $230 plus shipping. Super cool hoodie right here. All right, off the beaten path just a little bit. Here we have this Polo Ralph Lauren vintage sort of sweater with the quarter zip. And not a lot going on the front end, which is pretty, crazy that this sold for what it did. But we have a bunch of stuff along the arm, which is a quintessential Polo, signature piece here. So super cool. I love it. Definitely it has a little bit of wear, but that's all. I mean, here at the corners, basically. But otherwise, it's super cool Polo piece. This one is sold for $240 plus shipping. This is coming from Japan, actually. So part of somebody's collection in Japan, probably, who knows if it's going back to America or not, but still, super cool Polo piece here. Then we have this vintage Champion reverse weave from West Point. This is going to be interesting because I'm kind of surprised this made it here with some of the other ones that you're going to come up. We're going to come up to on the list. This would be, in my opinion, a little bit more valuable and likely to be on this list higher up. But here we go. Why is it showing me? It's not the picture. Sometimes eBay is all kinds of whacked out. So here we go. We have a West Point vintage reverse weave. Here you can see the Champion logo. This is one of the 70s, 60s Champion logos. I think it's probably more like 70s, but I could be wrong. But anyway, this is, I'm surprised this is this far down the list. This type of stuff tends to go pretty well. It does have a hole, you can see right there. Let's see, the size is, the chest size is 43. So, you know, that's not too bad. That's a pretty decent size. A little bit worn, obviously, but still. This one went in auction for $261.88 with 8 bids, plus shipping out of Lawrence, Kansas. Super cool piece. These, especially this West Point military-related reverse weave champion stuff, tend to do really, really well. Again, a little bit surprised that it's this low, but still, it's a great sale and a really cool piece. All right, now we have this super cool. I think the graphic on this is super dope. 1993 Neil Young Concert Tour sweatshirt. Crazy Horse. Look at this. This is super cool. Booker T and the MGs. That's a great piece. Looks like it's in incredible condition, to be honest. It is on the Fruit of the Loom tag there, 50/50. It looks like it's print. The back print is super dope too. World Tour 1993. This is super cool. Like, and probably a fairly rare piece. I've never seen one before. But it does deserve to be on this list. And I think, even though it's not some of the crazier like reverse weave champions or anything like that, this is just a hard piece to come by. And it shows because it sold for $295 plus shipping. Super cool sweatshirt here. One of the coolest on the list. So here is the case in point. This is a 1980s reverse weave champion sweatshirt, West Point again, and you can see it does have like the sort of 80s 90s tag. It looks like it's in much better condition perhaps than the previous one, but it's, you know, 20 years younger. So this is the one I was kind of surprised at making it higher on the list. It is I think it's a decent size, not that much. Wait, yeah, it's not that much bigger if at all than the previous one, but this one did go for quite a bit of money, $300 plus shipping out of San Antonio. These West Point reverse weaves and any military reverse weaves are going to do pretty well. Super cool, super dope, but I am a little bit surprised that it went for more than the other 1960s version. While this next one isn't technically maybe a sweatshirt, it is a sweater. Did include it in the list. It is a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren sweater. It says it's a 9/11 tribute. I'm not sure. I assume it must be, but with some of the iconography they're using here, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's super dope. This would probably be from obviously the early 2000s. Size XL, hand knit, 100% wool. It's got all the details. If you're a polo head, if you're all about that low life, like, this is definitely one of the pieces that you want to put in your collection if you're into sweaters, and especially this fall. Super cool piece here. It did go for $319 with free shipping. Rare piece, and you know the low lives and the polo heads are all about this type of stuff. These rare pieces, so super cool. One of my favorite pieces on the list. All right, at number 2, going back to the 1980s reverse weave champion theme that I said we were going to encounter. Here we have the U.S. Marines gray sweatshirt. I love the background they have on these pictures here. It's kind of got, it might be a Hudson Bay blanket, maybe something like that. Anyway, this gray reverse weave looks great. Definitely from the 80s. You can see here we got the tag. These do really well. Obviously, this size medium, so it's a little bit smaller too, but still super great piece. All of this military reverse weave is going to be in high demand, and it makes sense. This one sold and barely edged out the Polo Ralph Lauren piece for $320 plus shipping. Obviously, not a lot of craziness going on here, but that's kind of the point with some of these sweatshirts. T-shirts, you're looking for lots and lots of graphics. Sweatshirts don't tend to be that way, but still, really clean piece. Definitely deserves to be here. Now, before we get to number 1, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the join button down below and becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month, and you get access to a free exclusive members only live stream every single week. And if you don't, just watch the videos, and that's great. We appreciate it nonetheless. So let's get on to number 1. Now at number 1, while nobody watching this video could actually fit this, it does technically fit the category of the video. It is a sweatshirt. This is a 1930s Buddy Lee red sweater, football helmet, and pants doll clothes. And you might be saying, what the heck? Well, Lee in the 30s and onward had a promotional doll called Buddy Lee. And he had a bunch of different clothes, and this is one of the rare combinations of clothes that you can find. Obviously, he's not even including the actual Buddy Lee doll itself, so that's pretty incredible. The Buddy Lees go for quite a bit by themselves, but here, with just this 3 pieces, it's going to dominate the list. Probably, actually, this particular one set of items is worth more than all the rest of the list combined, basically. It sold for $4,116.99 with 23 bids, and plus shipping. Super rare. While it's a little bit off the beaten path as far as sweatshirts go, this is definitely incredibly rare and super cool to see. So it's going to top the list this week. I could not pass it up when it came up. So super cool piece right here. While no one could wear it, it is definitely a really cool collector's piece. So yeah, number one's a little bit of a stretch as far as the parameters of the list, but I thought it was super interesting and wanted to share it either way. So definitely a cool piece, especially if you're into the vintage denim and stuff like we are around here. Seeing some of that sort of denim adjacent stuff on this list and go for so much is pretty cool. It's got a lot of history and definitely sort of connects all of the different enthusiasts from the dolls to the denim. Super cool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.